This video will show you how to change the batteries on an INZWA Veva 3 monitoring system. So this is the monitoring system in its original box. These LSH 20 SAFT batteries are the recommended batteries for this application. You're going to need 4 of these batteries in order to have the system run properly, although the system will actually be able to run on just one battery, albeit for a shorter duration. So beginning with the box, your box is going to have inside the INZWA seismograph, antenna, and then the tools that you're going to need in order to change these batteries. This is the slightly older version of the unit. The newer versions actually have multiple antenna ports on this side. However, the process is exactly the same for changing the batteries. Beginning with the 4 screws that are on top in each corner, you're going to begin with the Allen key, and all you do is put this in the corner and you're going to loosen these. Now these do have keepers in them, so they will not come all the way out. Loosen them until you feel that they are freely moving. Do that all the way around. Then once these are loose on all 4 corners, the lid will lift off, and then there is a ribbon cable that is between the head of the unit and the battery compartment. This ribbon cable, you just grab it right at the top of the cables and give it a gentle pull. Pops right off. Set this part aside. Now you're left with the battery compartment. These screws here are for the smaller hex driver. There's 6 of them, and you remove these one at a time. These will come all the way out. Then once you have all of those out, you can lift this plate up and you have the battery compartment exposed. The batteries all go in oriented the same way, with the button top up, positive up. As I said, 1 battery or 2 batteries or any number in any of these spots, any configuration will operate the unit. They run in parallel. It's a 3.6 volt system, but 4 batteries is what's going to give you the most duration. Now, reverse the process to put the system back together. This does have notches at the bottom, which correspond to notches right here. So this will only go on one way. And then you replace these screws. When you put these screws in, put them in until they're snug. There's no need to torque down on them, just you'll feel it naturally stop. And then once it does that, you know that you are tight enough. Once you've tightened those, reattach the ribbon cable, set it on top of the pins, press down, clicks into place, and that is finished. Then you put the head back on top. Then you go back to your Allen key and you will tighten these down on all 4 corners as well. So these, again, make them snug. You don't have to torque them all the way to the end of your strength. But as long as they're snug, they'll make a good watertight seal. that completes the process. Now, if you're installing this for the first time, you'll want to use one of the antennas. There's two included. There's a smaller nub antenna, which I do not have, and then there's the larger dipole antenna, and then that goes on. Any antenna that is a SMA female will natively work. SMA male antenna will also work if that's what you have available using the adapter. Once you attach the antenna, you use the included magnet. There's an image of the magnet here on the sensor. You hold that on the sensor, 1, 2, 3, and that will activate your sensor. You'll see indicator lights come on, showing that the unit has activated. Again, this is something that you can do to test to make sure that your batteries are working. Then you'll want to turn it back off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the system will conclude whatever process it was in. We'll go back to sleep. Then you won't turn it back on again until you've installed it on your site and you're ready to begin monitoring.